Nedbank Group reported an 8% rise in half-year headline earnings despite a challenging economic environment and weak economic activity. This was underpinned by good non-interest revenue growth, a lower impairment charge and tight cost control. CEO Jason Quinn has noted a challenging economic environment. Household finances were also under pressure as real incomes contracted and job prospects were muted. The group declared an interim dividend of 9.71 rand per share, which is up 11.5%. To talk more about their results, I am joined by the CEO, Jason Quinn. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. Take us through how your time at Nedbank as the new CEO has been, what has been on your plate, and the most pressing things that you've been looking at before we go to your results, Jason.
Diaba, thanks very much, and good afternoon to you and your viewers. So I've been at the company now for a couple of months. The transition between Mark Brown and myself was well planned and well executed, so I'm fitting in nicely. Of course, we've got a very clear strategy, and you can see the results of some of our focus today in terms of the sort of interim results that we've just published.
Yeah.
But no, Diaba, it's off to a good start, and feeling relatively cautiously optimistic about the economic environment right now as well, which also helps.
Yeah, but I know that indebted households, they continue to face pressure, especially with disposable income. To what extent will a possible delay in interest rates further impact your customers? And do you still have appetite to hold back on lending?
Diaba, thanks. That's a great question. We certainly saw a first half of this year where credit extension was pretty muted across the sector. And I think that is a function, like you say, of the high interest rates. We think that interest rates come down this year still. So at the moment, prime is 11.75. We think that can reduce by 0.5% down to 11.25 by the end of this year. And then another sort of 75 basis points or 0.75% through to about 10.5% by the end of next year, which is, quite a meaningful reduction in people's monthly installments. And so, we've been able to grow some share already as Nedbank in this half in areas like mortgages, in vehicle and asset finance, and we've seen good traction on deposits. And with that sort of outlook, Diabo, I think there is probably some cause for some cautious optimism amongst our consumer base.
Right. Jason, I'm afraid we don't have a lot of time to take this conversation further, but thank you so much for sharing the little insight that you have with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.